Hello everyone. The new Forbidden Limited list is here, and while I haven't done a Banlist reaction in a while, everyone else is at YCS Philly, so they can't do Banlist reactions. It's my time to step in. Alright, let's take a look at it. View the list here. Okay, so I've actually already seen the list. This is entirely pointless, but we're going through it anyways. I do have thoughts on it though. So, Cyberstein, banned, perfect. I love Cyberstein banned. That card should have been gone a while ago. It's actually kind of really late. It's really late for it, but it also is perfectly fine to ban right now. This is a bad part of Super Heavy Samurai. This is a bad part of Sprite. It's a bad part of a lot of decks, and I'm glad to see it gone. Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow. I don't know the Super Heavy Samurai combo super well. From what I understand, this is actually kind of a weird hit in the list. I would rather hit some of the newer cards, but of course they're the new cards, so they're not going to hit those. But it's a hit to it, so I like that they're hitting it, at least. It is a little strange though, because people did only recently get invested in the deck, and now it's already hit. It had exactly one YCS it was fully legal in, but it also sucks, so I hate it, and that's fine. Get mad at me in the comments, I guess. Or don't. Be normal. I would like that if you were normal. Diablosis the Mind Hacker is a good ban. This is the card from Kashtira I wanted banned. But there is also some other cards that could have used more hits. According to the Red Lotus banned, I think this is good. I don't know who was using it, but I don't like this card. I don't like cards that do stuff like this, so the hand rip I just am not a fan of. Glad to see it gone. Branded Expulsion, also glad to see it gone. Now Branded can maybe do something more interesting. Branded Expulsion is just a really annoying card. I hate I have a short about this coming out soon. It's actually not soon enough probably, but I just hate this kind of effect that summons a monster to your opponent's side of the field, because there's always floodgates that you can summon that are supposed to be limiting you, but are now limiting your opponent. I just hate that shit. Blaster was actually part of my ban list prediction, coming off the list to one. I think this is perfectly fine. I like this. Mathmix Circular is a card that was always going to be hit. It is just too individually powerful to not be hit, much like Miscellaneous Source right next to it. I think limiting it is fair. Psyframe Gear Gamma, though. Okay, I know it's really powerful. I know it's powerful. But, why limit it? You realize you can't play this shit at 1, right? I guess maybe you can play it in like pure Psyframe, but like without Gamma, pure Psyframe is not particularly good. I mean, it wasn't very good to begin with, but like now, what are you doing? It's just a weird choice. I don't know. I feel like you'd be better off just banning it. I don't know. Denglong off the list. I do not like. This is one of the few limits I am not a fan of. I don't like this guy in Master Duel. I don't like this guy in TCG. The problem is that it's not a particularly, it's not that it's a bad card to have off the list. Like, it'll probably be fine. We've moved so far into combo land, or we've moved so far in the power creep of Yu-Gi-Oh that Denglong, I don't think it represents that much of a thing, but it's just that it's never used in Yangzing, you know? It's just always this generic combo piece that goes into this long ass combo, and I hate that. Kashtira Rice Heart being limited, I think, doesn't do very much. I think I mentioned this in my ban list prediction, but limiting Arise Heart doesn't do anything because they're only making one Arise Heart, but this does limit the repeatability of Kashtira, which I guess helps. Purely Delicious Memory. I have not read a single Purely card, and I do not intend to start now. That's not entirely true. I know what some of the cards do, but I don't remember what this one specifically does. Pearly hit's good though. It's still weird because this is like the new cards that people invested in and now can't do anything with. Naturia, but it's only one hit for Purely. I'm sure Purely is still playable. Naturia Sacred Tree is limited. Naturia is actually fairly good. I don't know exactly what Sacred Tree does. I've not read Naturia cards very carefully. I was not playing Naturia Runic or Naturia Sprite, so I don't know, but Naturia is pretty strong with the new cards. Again, new cards being hit, but at least these ones are less new. Herald of the Ark. Okay, yeah, here's just the whole... Why are we using the semi-limited list again? We were so close to not having a semi-limited list, and here we are again. Herald of the Orange Light, I guess, is fine. I'm not a fan of this card being off the list, but whatever. Kashtira Unicorn being semi-limited, just limit it. Just limit it. Semi-limiting, what does that do? What does that do? Just let's limit it. Lightning Storm limited, stupid. Stupid. I hate this. Lightning Storm limited is just such a... Why? To what end? It's a good card, don't get me wrong, it's a good card. But a semi-limit just doesn't... It just makes it a weird side deck card. Because it was already a side deck card. It was never... It was very rarely in someone's main. And so now it's just like... I don't know. I don't understand. Runic Fountain being semi-limited. I have recently been getting into Runic as a deck. The semi-limit, from what I understand, is not that bad. Like, it doesn't do anything. Like, it's just we have Runic Tip, which searches Fountain. We have Hugin, which searches Fountain. The deck has lots of ways to get the Fountain, and we have Terraforming. It's a field spell. It's fine, and a lot of people were playing it at 2 anyways. I didn't realize this. I was playing it at 3. But a lot of people were playing it at 2 anyways, so it doesn't do anything. And then we have the one that makes me the most upset. Sky Striker Mobilize Engage to 2. You know, this card is just pot of greed, right? It's like, it's so fucking bad. I hate this card. It was bad enough when it was at 1, and now it's at 2. And there's new Sky Striker cards coming, which makes Sky Striker just a generic, like, extra deck thing. Which is the thing I hate the most. I hate generic extra deck shit so much. And now Sky Striker, you could just make so that there's a new Sky Striker Link 2, which can be made with any material. You make the new Sky Striker Link 2, then you can use that to go into any Sky Striker Link, like Kagari, send, engage, then Shizuku, or not Shizuku, Hayate, or no, it's Hayate, send, engage, Kagari, add, engage from grave to hand. That's it. And now you have engage in hand. But now also there's 2 engage, so you could just search another engage off of... No, engage can't search engage. So what would you be playing? I guess you'd just be playing one of the removal spells. Like, it just there's like so many options for generic Sky Striker splashes now, and it only costs like 2 main deck cards. Maybe 3 if you want to play 2 engage. And then you just, if you have enough spells in grave, you just get to draw a card too. Ugh. And then of course Sky Striker as a deck is going to be meta. It's just going to be meta again. That's the thing, is that there's enough cards. Sky Striker was already on like the edges of it was definitely at least in Rogue, if not like tier 3. So now it's going to be like fully in the meta with engage back and another card back later. Sprite starter. Do we really need to hit Sprite again? But at least it's a semi-limit, so it doesn't actually do anything. Jet searches it. Who cares? Blackwing Steam the Cloak is no longer limited, whatever. Gen X Ally Birdman is no longer limited. That's fine. I think you could probably think of some cool things to do with Gen X Ally Birdman. Might play around with it in Harpy, because there's some, you know, more recent Harpy cards that might, but I don't know. There's just like, I don't know exactly what you want to do with Gen X Ally Birdman right now. But there's probably some cool things you could do. Samsara Lotus, no longer forbidden. This is like a random FTK card. But I'm pretty sure the other pieces of the FTK are banned, so shouldn't be an issue. And if it is, like, it's just gonna be another FTK. The thing about FTKs is that they're so very rarely actually consistent enough to be worth hitting that I'm not too concerned about it. Spiral Quick Fix, I hate this. I hate this so fucking much. Spiral, as a deck, is everything that Yu-Gi boomers say Yu-Gi-Oh is. Spiral is the deck that takes 10 minutes to do a link combo that ends on like Appaloosa, the fucking Firewall Dragon, you know, negate. Nightmare Griffin. Okay, so last time I played against Spiral, it was on Master Duel, which is where Quick Fix is unlimited. And they literally ended on, it was like, I think it was a 3-mat Appaloosa, Nightmare Griffin, Firewall Dragon, and Trigate Wizard. And I just couldn't do anything. It was awful. I hate it so much. I mean, I was playing branded. I was playing like a good branded list, and it just doesn't, it can't get through it. But it almost did. But really the worst part about it is that it literally took like 5 to 10 minutes doing the fucking combo to get to that point. This deck is going to go into time like no other deck. I just hate this style of Yu-Gi-Oh! Generic Build-A-Board plus takes 10 minutes to do it. That's the shit I hate the most in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's so awful. Lyralist Recital Starling is fine off the list. I actually said this in my Banlist prediction, that it's fine to come off the list. Draco Face Off I think is fine. I don't like True Draco as a playstyle, but I don't think Face Off is what's... Face Off being limited is what's limiting the power level of True Draco. And then Sky Striker Multi-Roll. I don't think anyone was playing. No, you were definitely playing. Yeah, I remember. I've played around with early Sky Striker lists, and they were definitely playing 3 multi-roll at the time, because you can just like activate another multi-roll as something to like send off of area 0, and then you get more chances to get to multi-roll, which is just a really good card. It's just a really powerful card. Man, I hate this. This format. Okay, so this format is going to be dominated by Sky Striker, like as one of the main lists. I think Super Heavy Samurai probably still has a chance of being up there. I don't think the limit or the ban on Scarecrow has stopped it from being a good deck. Purely is probably still up there. Kashtira is probably still worth playing as well. You can't do the 9 zone lock anymore without Diablosis, which is good. But you can still play Arise Heart Control. And I think that might be good enough. So the format is going to look very similar to how it did before, but the power level lowered just a bit. But that's unfortunate because the format did not look particularly good before. It's still a format where Droll and Lockbird wins you the game. It's still a format where kaijus are some of the best removal you can have. It's still a format where I'm going to fall asleep. Honk shoe, me. Nemlaria, help me. Help me, I'm falling asleep. Except now Sky Striker is going to be higher up in the list of things to play. Like, I think that's the main change here. Spiral is better, but it's not good enough. I don't think, unless you're always going first, which you're not always going first. In Master Duel it works because sometimes you're going first and sometimes you're not, but it doesn't matter because there's not a best of 3 to make you go second. I think with going second though, although wait, Spiral also hard loses to Droll and Lockbird, so it doesn't even matter. Droll and Lockbird, I fucking hate with a passion. That card needs to go. I really wish it had been on this ban list. That would have really made my day. But I hope you enjoy this format, because I don't think I am. I gotta rework some decks, man. I was gonna have a Transcendosaurus deck list out for Friday, and it included Gamma, and so now I gotta replace like the Gammas. Okay, so here's my plan right now, is just to replace the 2 Gammas we're missing with Delta, which is the spell negator. I feel like that's not bad, right? Because I don't want to redo the replays. I already got the replays. I don't want to redo them. And I think Gamma might have showed up in 1. But like, if I just replace the Gammas with Deltas, it's basically the same deck, right? I actually think with Sky Striker becoming a good deck, Delta might actually be pretty good, right? Like Pearly, Sky Striker, Kashtira has a really powerful spell that you want to negate. I mean, I think there's potential for it being good. I mean, Spiral, if Spiral becomes good, you can Delta the Resort, and that I think fucks up a lot of shit. So yeah, maybe Psyframe Delta is a good card to play here in this new age. I mean, still play Droll and probably Effect Veiler and probably Ash Blossom, but also play Delta too, because we have to run, 10 to 20 non-engine cards now. Well, I hope you liked this ramble about a list I am very mixed on. I said this on Twitter, but the banned and limited list is pretty good. The semi-limit and the unlimit list is where I have my problems. And I really don't like the look of it. But c'est la vie. Also, sorry to everyone at YCS Philly. What a time to put out a list, huh? Jesus Christ, what are they thinking? Alright, see y'all in the next one. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!